Tonight on The Real Hustle, Alex, Paul and Jess carry out some of their most audacious scams to date. These card sharks take the bait and lose big.
I thought you won it fair and square, I'm a bit short.
And it's daylight robbery.
So we'll need a cash payment of £150 if that's okay with you.
By the police.
Very good.
This is The Real Hustle. We're going to uncover the secrets behind the most popular scams being carried out by con artists today. The real hustlers are Alex, the confidence trickster, Jess, the sexy swindler, and Paul, the scam artist. They've been travelling the UK and hustling in holiday destinations, demonstrating to our hidden cameras exactly how the cons work. All the people in this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agree that the footage could be shown so you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams.
There's an old saying, if you want to con someone, all you need to know is what they want, even if it doesn't exist.
People can't wait to get their hands on the latest piece of new technology that promises to make their life that little bit better. Usually the hustlers are trying to nick them, but today they're flogging them. This is the Gadget scam. Jess has a great offer which has attracted some interested punters. They arrive on time. After a quick hello and right on cue, Jess's phone rings.
Hello? Yes, hi. Hello, whereabouts are you? All right, I know where you mean, yeah. Should we come down now?
Jess takes the marks to meet her contact.
It's just down here, it's just on the corner, you've probably walked past it. Ooh, it's a lovely day.
In the pub next door, Paul is waiting with his must-have electronic device, and our hidden cameras are rigged to catch the action.
How are you doing?
Doing good?
This is Paul.
How you
This
doing?
is Harry.
What's your name, miss? Paul. Harry. How's it going, Harry?
Cool. Yeah.
Have a seat.
Cheers.
A bit late.
Sorry.
So what do you guys know? What are you looking for? What do you...
Well, Sue was sort of telling us that there's an opportunity to save ourselves a little bit.
Right, so do you have an Oyster card on you?
Yeah.
He's asking them about their prepaid electronic travel card.
So the deal is this. You get a device. The device will last pretty much forever until it's replaced on the system. What it does is, how much do you have on this just now?
It's about 16.
16, right, okay. So what it does is it completely wipes what's on there and replaces it with a £50 charge.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
simple as that. There's 16 quid on this one just now, yeah? So what you do is you hold this against you. You have to make sure that both these lights go on, yeah? Make sure both go on. Then you hold this against the device like that. Switch it on, takes about 5 seconds. It's more than enough.
Paul's Gadget puts £50 of credit on their electronic travel card with the flick of a switch. It could save them hundreds of pounds a year in travel costs. A very useful gizmo.
Check it out.
So how much is that?
50.
The mark is suspicious.
50.
Right, I don't know that that's 50.
Jess has an idea.
There's a place up the road, because I went and bought a chocolate bar from there earlier, that you can check it if you want it, because I thought you might ask that. If you want to go and check it on there.
Yeah?
It's up there, it's one with the
All right.
Coca-Colas.
You happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
It's up round here.
With the topped-up card in hand, Jess leads the marks off to the newsagent to test Paul's claims.
Can we use your machine just to see how much it's got on his card?
Sure enough, the card now shows £50 credit, a big improvement on its previous £16.
Thank you very much.
Convinced Paul's Gadget is the real deal, they return to the pub to talk money.
Well, how much?
Yeah.
It's like magic, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You both want one or 250? You buy them both, give them for 200 each.
Who does one for 200?
The lads drive a hard bargain.
Well, see, the thing is, I give 50 to her for bringing you guys in.
Right.
So that means I only get 150 for it. So why don't we say 220? You okay with 30? This one's ready to go.
Switch that on. Hang on.
Okay. Remember, and keep it switched off if it's in your pocket. You've got that in there. Okay?
Right, yeah.
And keep it away from there. So just put it in a drawer. Don't carry it around. And you should have no problems. No one's had any trouble whatsoever.
Sure.
It's the closest thing to a guarantee I can give you.
Nice one.
All right, guys. Cheers.
very much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice one.
All right.
Cheers. Thank you.
See you. All right.
Pleased with themselves, they leave the pub.
Cheers.
A few minutes later, our cameras caught up with them to ask them about the purchase. They're understandably cagey.
Well, I think it's just being able to do it at home. It's just like a convenient thing, charging up your card at home or whatever.
Now they know they're being filmed, we persuaded them to try it out on another card with £3.90 on it.
Right.
They used the magic machine on the card, and surprise, surprise, it's still got £3.90.
I mean, I don't know, something on my card, but I think that's dodgy. How can you got 50 quid on yours?
Yeah, I know, but then you're supposed to put 50 on, isn't it? So
Yeah, so it did put 50 on yours.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to put 50 on yours again.
And still they want to believe. But of course, they've been hustled. They've just handed over 200 quid for a useless piece of kit. Not such a bargain after all. Earlier, Alex created the device using a plastic casing, a switch, some LEDs and a battery. The box may look the part, but it's completely useless. But if the gadget is just a battery in a case, how did Paul top up the mark's card? It wasn't down to the machine, it was the hustler making a switch. It's a quick move, and they don't spot a thing. Paul drops the mark's £16 card into his bag and produces an identical card with £50 credit. Paul and Jess have laid out 50 quid on a travel card,
But 8 more of these things. How many more people do you have to set up for that?
but they're still 150 up on the deal, and they can sell this fake invention all day.
The basic rule with something like this is don't do business in a pub, especially with people you don't know. And if anything sounds that it could be just on the wrong side of the law, walk away.
You know, sometimes it's actually easier to cheat at a game than to sit down and learn how to play it properly. And 3-Card Brag is a perfect example of such a game.
This is 3-Card Brag. Alex is on his way to this pool hall. He knows that the members here frequently play cards for cash, and he wants to get in on the action. Alex has worked his way into a game with this group of guys. Brag is a fast-paced game where money rapidly changes hands. Each player is dealt 3 cards, and they bet on how good they think their hand is. The betting continues until all the players have thrown in their hands apart from two. When one player calls, they both show their cards, and the highest hand wins. If a player doesn't look at his hand, it means he's playing blind.
Blind.
And everybody else has to put double the money into the pot. Throughout the evening, plenty of cash changes hands. And Alex gets more than his fair share. But it's not down to luck, it's hustling.
Oh, sorry.
Now in brag, you get 3 cards at a time. You have the option of playing blind. So you have the option of not looking at your hand and betting. This is an extremely strong position because every time you bet blind, everybody else has to pay double the money. Now, if you know what cards you're holding, you can wipe out everybody on the table. So how do we do that? Well, we mark the cards during play. Now, we mark 3 at a time, but in the course of the evening, you'll pretty much get around to marking the whole deck. All I'm doing for marking is I'm marking them so I can see them when they're face down. So I'm going to put a little nail nick on the back of the card. So an ace, I'm going to mark right at the top corner. So I'll mark them ace, king, queen, jack, 10, and so forth. So I'm going to put that little nail nick just there, just up at the top. Now, it's quite subtle, and it's designed so that I can see it when all the cards are face down. If I see 3 identical marks, that means I've got 3 of a kind. That means I can bet blind, and I can be pretty sure that I'm going to beat everybody else on the table.
So using this card marking technique, even if he's playing blind, he knows exactly what his hand is. They've been playing for an hour, and suddenly things get very interesting. Everybody thinks they've got a great hand. They keep adding to the pot.
One more.
The kitty grows rapidly, and the coins become notes. What started out as a game for a few pounds is turning into a game worth considerably more.
I'll put in the maximum, I'll put in 6.
Nobody is willing to back down, and the pot continues to grow, along with the tension.
Somebody's got to drop out.
The kitty now stands at over £200, and a couple of the players have dropped out of the game. It's now between Alex and the player on his right. Alex reveals his cards first. He's got a good hand.
Good cards.
But can the other player beat it? No. Alex rakes in the cash. That's over £200 for just 2 hours' work. But how could he be sure he had the winning hand?
One of the techniques I used to cheat at brag was using what we call a shiner. Now, a shiner is usually a small reflective object that you can hide amongst your chips or have it on your person, and it allows you to see the cards face down. Now, in this case, what I used was a cup of black coffee. Now, black coffee is almost like a mirror, and I use the reflective surface to see what cards I'm dealing out to everybody else. Now, it's very natural for me to look down at my hands when I'm dealing, so it's not as if I'm staring into my cup of coffee as I'm dealing the cards out. So if we go like this, I've got the jack of diamonds there, the 9 of clubs here, there's the 6 of spades, there's the queen of diamonds, and so forth. I can do that very quickly and go throughout the table. And with brag, we played with 4 people. That's not too many cards to remember. So I'm playing with a huge advantage over everybody else.
As he was dealing the cards, Alex knew what they were before they even hit the table.
I've lost quite a bit there, yeah.
The reflection on the coffee.
Oh, reflection. Reflection over the coffee. Oh, that's amazing.
I thought you won it fair and square. I'm a bit shocked. Good.
Sneaky little sod.
You know, all games can be cheated, but the rules of 3-card brag make it particularly easy to beat the game. The secret is to make sure you know who you're playing and whether or not you can trust them.
More real hustles still to come. Alex and Paul ruined this girl's holiday.
I had everything in my bag. I had my phone, my wallet.
And it's daylight robbery by the police.
Very good.
The real hustlers are going to show you how to win some free drinks off your mates by using proposition bets on some unsuspecting customers in this bar. The proposition bet suckers you in, as it's a bet on an event or outcome that you believe can only go one way. And it always does go one way, the hustler's way. So watch and learn.
I tell you what, Darren, we'll try something together, yeah? I need a coin, a 10p piece we'll use, yeah? And we'll use this, is this empty? Yeah. So the idea is you put the coin on your forehead like that, and you have to press. So it sort of gets sort of stuck there a little bit, okay? Okay, then, no frowning, no nodding of the head, yeah? You have to hit the back of your head to make the coin come off. Okay, look. Wait. I'll have to hit it a bit harder. No frowning though, or shaking of the head. 3. Okay, so it took me 3 slaps to get it off. Here's what I propose to do. We're both going to put the coin on our forehead, yeah? And whoever takes the least amount of slaps to the back of the head wins. So if it takes me 3 and it takes you 2 or 1, then I'll buy the drinks because I took the most hits.
Okay. So whoever knocks the coin from their head into the glass with the least hits wins.
Okay, and just so you know, I'm not cheating. I'm going to put it here. I want you to press the coin in. Okay, press. Now don't be shy about this. Go. No, I mean press hard because that's going to come right on. And it suits you if it. Okay, I think it's probably there now. Ready? Two. Oh, you might be able to do it in 1. Okay, you ready?
Right.
I'm going to press it on there, and I'm going to be kind. I'm not going to put it too hard. But can you feel that?
Yeah, I can feel that.
You can feel that there?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much stuck on there. Ready? Okay. Hold the glass. Okay. And tap. Hit. No frowning. No frowning.
Come on!
There we go. I'll just put it. Now look.
Alex distracts the mark by asking him to hold the glass.
Okay, hold the glass.
And takes the coin away as he looks down. The mark doesn't spot a thing.
Come on!
I know I was cheating, but the bet was the most amount of times that you hit your head. And you hit about 6 there. Are you feeling all right? Can you make your way to the bar?
The best time to pick your pocket is when you're looking the other way. And pickpockets have come up with some ingenious methods to distract your attention.
Holidays are a time to kick back, get away from things, and most importantly, relax. But beware. Hustlers know that holidaymakers may have their guard down, making them prime targets for some very clever holiday cons. These are distraction steals. On holiday, tourists carry around a lot more than they would back home. Cameras, passports, credit cards and cash, it's rich pickings for the light-fingered. Paul is targeting holidaymakers who approach this phone box. We've set up our hidden cameras so that you can get the best view possible. He places some mints on top of the phone, then goes to take a seat outside a nearby cafe to admire the view and wait for a suitable mark. This guy looks promising.
Excuse me.
Paul collects his mints and the mark's passport. He doesn't hang around. Within seconds, the hustlers disappear down a back street. The mark's realised, but it's way too late. Paul's long gone, and so is his passport. Let's take another look. Paul casually approached the mark. He reached for the mints, distracting the mark's attention, and at the same time used his hat to cover the lift. It only takes a couple of seconds, but Paul's gained a passport and ruined this guy's holiday.
It's a very traumatic experience, you know. If he'd have got away with my passport, I'd have been stuck here. It definitely wouldn't have been a good end to the holiday. I think, particularly flying home tonight, it would have maybe got me a few extra days, but certainly not the way I would have wanted to spend them.
Just like other holiday makers, Jess wants to stay in touch with friends and family back home. So she goes to this internet cafe to check her email. 20 minutes later, Jess logs off and spots a bag on the back of the chair next to her that's just begging to be lifted. Like all opportunist hustlers, she makes the most of any chance.
Excuse me, do you mind if I just take one of these? Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Within seconds, Jess has stolen the Mark's bag with all its contents and is out of the door. By reaching for a stray leaflet by the Mark's computer, Jess distracts her. This split second is all she needed to lift the bag from the back of her chair. The Mark is still unaware that her bag and any valuables inside have gone. She only realises when we approach her and start to ask some questions. The Mark is asked if she has a mobile phone with her.
Yeah? Where's my bag gone?
Luckily for her, it was Jess that took her bag. If it had been a real pickpocket, her phone, passport, wallet and other belongings would be long gone.
I didn't notice anything because she sat on the computer next to me, so I didn't even realise that she was like doing anything. I was just like, oh my god, what am I going to do? My bag's gone. I had everything in my bag. I had my phone, my wallet, all my money was in there.
Pickpockets often use a distraction to help them steal your belongings. Now these can range from throwing change to asking questions. You should always be very aware of what's going on around you at all times, and if somebody does invade your personal space, then try and be constantly aware of exactly where your belongings are. In this scam, we use a combination of sales techniques and social compliance to corner the Mark into buying something that usually you wouldn't be that interested in.
This is the Police Magazine scam. Alex and Jess have come to this busy high street to put the final touches to their scam. They need a convincer. The long arm of the law should do it. They're pounding the beat, but they're not here to fight crime, they're here to hustle. And this bakery is a good place to start.
Are you the manager? Yes. Hi there, my name's Tracy, this is PC's Ian Steele. I wonder if we could just chat to you for 5 minutes. Do you have some time? Yes.
We haven't got you at an awkward time, have we?
That's fine, it's fine.
Oh, good.
Busy now.
Oh, cool. Well, basically, I work in PR along with the Metropolitan Police, and we are putting together our first quarterly advertisement magazine in conjunction with the emergency services, and it's for small businesses like yourself who we feel contribute to the local community. It's our first issue. I'd just like to show you a mock-up just there.
Earlier on, the hustlers designed a fake magazine complete with photos and convincing articles, all lifted from the internet. Their intention is to sell advertising space at a special cut-down price.
We go to print tomorrow. This is our very first issue.
Jess immediately pressures the Mark by setting a deadline for printing.
But the reason why we're here today is because one of our contributors has had to pull out at the last minute, leaving us with an empty advertisement space. We usually charge £450 for a half-page spread, but we'd like to offer it to you for £150, which is actually the price of one of our smaller spaces.
The quarter one,
yeah. The quarter one is just here.
Sounds like a good deal, but there's a problem.
To be honest with you, we don't depend on any publicity to sell whatever, because we haven't had any publicity till now.
The manager doesn't need to advertise her business, it's already booming. The whole scam's now in jeopardy. The hustlers need to think fast if they're going to close this deal.
Quite a lot of people have been taking out adverts purely to promote their website, so that from then on they can get people looking at the website regularly.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, I think we can go for it. Yeah. What information do you need?
That's it. She's crumbled and agreed to buy the advertising space.
Because we're going to print tomorrow, we'll need to take a cash payment, if that's okay with you. Because obviously we need to get the ball rolling. We need to.
The thing is, the printer won't.
The printer won't start, because obviously we'll start going to print. We'll leave your page till last, but we need to start the rest of the pages. So we'll need a cash payment of £150, if that's okay with you.
It's okay, yeah.
Convinced by the knockdown price, wide circulation, and to keep on the good side of the police, she takes £150 from the till.
That's all my contact details.
And hands it over to Jess.
That's my police number. That's my signature, and that's for you. But we will email this to you the moment we get back to the office.
That's fine, that's fine. So I'll just should be waiting for the person tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks a lot.
Lovely to meet you. Take care.
Good luck.
Job done, and the manager seems happy.
They sold us a space in a magazine. It cost us £150, half page. I think it's always good publicity, and it was a cheap publicity anyway as well.
Not so cheap when we informed her that the magazine will never be read by anyone.
At the time, yeah, it seemed a good deal. But I had my doubts because they didn't have a receipt to give me at the moment. I made them write something, handwriting with the details and everything, but I wasn't quite sure that it was the right thing at the moment to do.
But of course, the details Alex left were completely bogus. And with thousands of businesses in the area, the hustlers can resell the fictitious advertising space again and again, pocketing well over £1,000.
Hello.
Hello there.
Speak to the manager, please.
Lots of businesses own magazines like this, so it doesn't seem too unfeasible that the police would have one as well. Now, what's really cheeky about this scam is that hustlers are using the natural pressure police would have in this situation to their own advantage. Now, with a uniform and a good story, people aren't going to ask for things like ID or not going to check things up, and they're going to be encouraged a lot more easily to actually take part in something, especially if there's an apparent bargain involved. But what they're really hoping to do is to keep the police happy and stay on their side.
You can be absolutely sure that you're not going to be conned by never paying in cash, always offering to send your donation by cheque to the local police station. In that way, if it turns up there and they have no idea what it's about, someone will bring you your cheque back and they will start the investigation. Never part with cash to a police officer or anyone representing the police in these circumstances.
Keep your wits about you. Hustlers are everywhere.
A sneaky little sod.
And remember, if it sounds too good to be true,
It completely wipes what's on there and replaces it with a £50 cheque.
then it probably is. For more information on the making of The Real Hustle, visit the BBC Three website.
And talking about thieves and crooks, we have comedy in Thieves Like Us next. Then at 9 it's Little Britain, and at 9:30 Gavin and Stacey. I love you, BBC Three.